Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom reviews. You see by title below, this is on episode 4 of Orange, and this episode, obviously last time, Kakeru pretty much started going out with that, whatever that one girl's name is, to which she becomes, turns out to be a total bitch, dude, like full on, I don't want you talking to any other girls, and just like shoves Naho on the ground and all this kind of stuff. Man, I felt for Naho like the whole episode. I was like, come on, just talk to him, please, just talk to him, like the whole time. Like, what she said is so true though. Like, it's so much easier to say things like if it already happened, you're telling your past self like things you would have wanted to do. It's so much different in terms of when you're in the present, when it's really happening right there and then. So much more different. It's easier to say something way later or before than it is to do the action right when it happens. So like, I totally get what she's going by, and honestly I'd probably be the same way, seeing every time she tries to talk to him, the senpai like literally just looks at her like she has this look and then she just runs away, and it makes sense like totally the whole time. And I was wondering like, when is the whole thing with the her message with the no going to impact anything that happens in this episode, to which of course Kakeru does say at the very end that he pretty much was going to, like, he was thinking of breaking up with her from the very beginning. Once he saw that message, he just couldn't talk to her because she kept running away. And it's like, man, you could have, Naho, if you just talked to him, you could have saved so much like heartbreak for yourself. But of course, in those kind of situations, things happen and change differently. To which another thing I have to say, I think that Suwa, I think he has a letter too or something, because it would make sense. Like, why does only Naho get a letter from the future? It would make sense. Like, he always is there when something happens. Like it only happened like 2 times I can think of at the moment. But the first time being the soccer club. He wasn't supposed to join. Naho, her letter said for her to convince him to end up joining, to which of course it ends up being Suwa that ends up doing it. And then all of a sudden now, he out of nowhere, normally she probably would just get running, he stops her, tells her what happened, how Kakeru's wanted to talk to her for this whole time, and convinces her to go and talk to him, to which of course that doesn't happen in the letter as well. So it just seems so, like, if it was someone else, like one moment it was Suwa with the soccer thing, and then someone else, like one of their friends, who said they thought something, Naho's keeping a secret from them, then I would have been like, okay, maybe it's just a feature changing or something like that. But it just seems so, like, obvious at the moment. Not obvious, but like, it just seems like it's such a huge possibility with Suwa always being there when he shouldn't be, according to the letters for Naho. So if there is someone with another letter, that would be pretty dang interesting. And it makes it even sadder because we already know that Suwa does have feelings for her, and in the future they do get married and have a kid. So like, if he really is getting letters, it's got to be so hard for the person, for future Suwa to be writing it for one thing, to wanting him to change these kind of stuff, and for Suwa himself, as he knows he does have feelings for Naho, and to know that he's got to help her fall in love or help her with this other guy instead of him. It's got to be heartbreaking for him. It's got to be so hard for him. But it also shows that he's a really good friend as well. But it's probably going to be along the road, if it is having him have a letter, something big is going to happen where they both find out that they both have letters, and it might be not for the best thing. Suwa might end up getting mad and stuff like that. I can definitely see that as an emotional kind of thing that they throw in for us later on in the future. Not saying that's going to happen, obviously, because I'm not too sure, but I could definitely see something like that happening, some break point where they find out, one of them finds out that the other has a letter, or Suwa just completely doesn't want to do this anymore, since he obviously has feelings for Naho and doesn't want Naho to fall in love with Kakeru, obviously, or he ends up just being a good friend. I don't know, that could be a possibility as well. But overall, so happy. Like, seriously, the senpai, the other girl, dude, she ain't like, oh, I should have, it's because of looks and all that kind of stuff. She ain't nowhere near as pretty as Naho. Naho is like honestly the best looking girl on the show, in my opinion. She's definitely cute. And that other girl, I don't know, maybe it's just I don't care too much for girls with short hair all the time, but I just feel like she's nowhere near like pretty compared to Naho, in my opinion. Even if Naho cut her hair, she'd still look better than that girl, in my opinion. But that's just me overall. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting episode. Things are starting to go pretty crazy, obviously, at least at the very ending, Kakeru and Naho have a little thing together, a little moment, and Kakeru does, of course, say he does have feelings more than, the senpai. He has someone that he's interested more in, to which obviously it's Naho, and we get to see in Oblivious, Naho not really realizing that he's talking about her. Come on, he's talking about you, Naho. Get together, please. It's sad for Suwa, but I really do want them to get together. And it's always a thought in my head, like, is there really a way for them to stop him from dying? Stop him from end up committing suicide? And if they do that, how much things will change? Will Kakeru and her get together? Or maybe in the end, they still don't get together and her and Suwa will still get together, but Kakeru won't die. I don't know. There's a lot of things in the future episodes that may be a possibility of happening. I'm wondering if this whole thing will end with them in the future, changed maybe with Kakeru actually there, or if, like, that's the big thing. I really love the aspect that they go back and forth between current time and then the future time with them. Sometimes, like, obviously this time they were at the house and everything to remember him and everything. So that's pretty interesting for us to see, and hopefully maybe we'll see that again and something will change in the future. That would be pretty damn crazy to see as well. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Overall, another good episode, definitely emotional for a lot of them, and just really like everything is starting to put in place where people, obviously Naho's friend, the two girls, are starting to wonder, and they know that she is hiding something from them. Suwa, it seems like he might have a letter, it might not, but it just seems so, like, it just seems like it right now, because he's always where he shouldn't be according to Naho's letters. And yeah, I can't wait to see what else is going to happen now that he's finally no longer with that girl. That was pretty damn fast. But I can't wait to see, like, will they get together? What's going to happen? What's the next thing that the letter will say? What's the next regrets? That's always something that it interests me, and like I can't wait to see what's going to happen, because I literally don't know what on earth is going to happen next. That's one thing I like about this show. Like, even though you know it's what's going to happen in the future, you never know what she wants to change according to the letters. That's what's a pretty crazy part. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. So please enjoy this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. It really does help the channel. And yeah, until next time, guys, see ya.